Yo, what up YouTube? Pope Cerebus coming at you. Uh, just trying to drop a weekly haul video. These are pickups from Wednesdays for the last about week and a half. But unfortunately, I need to start out a little bit of a boo-hoo to me. This right here, that, and this, 2 pieces of cardboard, was all, well, hey, I mean, there were some bags involved. Went to protecting this run that I'm about to show you. Oh my god. 850 Detective. That's Gilliam March, I think that's the cover. The Last Right Story, 852. It's Andy Kubert cover here, the 853. And then, of course, the run that I was really picking this up for, the Greg Rucka, J.H. Williams run on Detective. As you probably know if you've seen or read the Batwoman stuff, the interiors on this are astounding. Like that right there. Look at that. Anyhow, that goes on for quite a bit, you know. 844. There was it's got 854. And there's the 855. What a cover. 856. Particular favorite of mine. I like that cover. 857. Just never ends. 858. 859. 860. Great cover. Oh, and then this is another 10-issue run, starting off with a couple Bianchi covers. Excellent artist. Love his detail. Put him right up there with like Lee Bermejo detail and line work of like, gosh, probably early Art Adams, if you kind of mesh them together. This is cool. 840, 841. This is all Dustin Nguyen, the same artist on Super Sons right now. This is Dustin Nguyen interior and the covers, so this carries on. 843. Love that cover. The ventriloquist. Dustin Nguyen, not doing too bad. I love this cover too. Another great one. Zatanna and Batman. It's a good. Sorry, let me readjust that. My fault. It's a great Batman pose. Great cover. She's back. 846. And the 847. I mean, these are all pretty decent covers here towards the end. 848. 849. The 837 and the 850 are shipping separately. But this whole big fat run of books, stuffed in between 2 little chunks of cardboard, needless to say, they're all damaged. The first run of books, I think I paid $11 for, and the second 10 I paid $7. Oh, I was so stoked to get them. They were near mint, and everything was looking great. But I could probably take 20-25 minutes and just go off on eBay and all this stuff. But you all know, everyone has it happen to them. It's dumbfounding how people could send all these wonderful books out there and just not even think that there's something bad that's going to happen. That could have gone in a box, wrapped up tight, and it would have been awesome. But I don't know. This is Marvel, and that there's DC, and this here is independent. So you can see which way this is going to go. Anyhow, we'll start off with some stuff here. Secret Empire 9. This is coming to an end next issue. Spoiler, they got to take on Cap. Like I said before, I'm just pretty much picking this up because Mark Brooks touched the cover, and that's good enough for me. I mean, it's still a good series. I haven't been let down by the Cap or the Secret Empire, but some of the best stuff I was reading was the Weapon X title, and lo and behold, I did manage to score Weapon X. These are the last 2 copies from 2 different stores, so I did manage to hit up Weapon X7. In a very small Marvel run, I don't even know why this is in here. Come to find out, the Invincible Iron Man was not the Iron Man series that I was really collecting. This just had a similar number and made its way into my haul. So I did leaf through it. There's some interesting stuff, and then it does foreshadow. The end of this was called 5 Things You Don't Know About Tony Stark. So I don't know exactly what that means, but Riri Williams is taking over Latveria, and I don't know. It looked okay, so I'm not going to grouse too bad that it just showed up in the haul. This also was sort of like a back issue bin pickup. Was the last issue of volume Who Knows What of Punisher. And surprisingly, the art inside was killing it, so I figured last issue, might as well. Now, sliding over to Distinguished Competition. Believe it or not, I managed to find $5, like just laying there. Hey, there's $5, and so I parlayed that into another copy of Aquaman 26, because this cover from Josh Middleton is just ill. I love it. The story inside is really good. I have tons of good stuff to say. I've been following Aquaman now for the last several months. Same artist. Here we go again. Another Middleton on Batgirl. This is issue 14. But I'll be honest, the same guy who did this one and the previous was at Batgirl 12. I mean, this is great and all. Don't get me wrong. And but sorry, that's not the same artist, it seems, but that is just amazing. Anyway, moving on. More Dustin Nguyen covers here on Super Sons. I've been, on the fence here or there about Super Sons, and I always keep getting it, so must be something good or something going on right, because it's just kind of a fun read. Speaking of The Flash, this is a cover of issue 28. Kind of like that, where he's introducing the negative Flash. Anyhow, so yeah, there's a lot going on that's pretty cool about that series. And that just happened to be a week where DC A covers were kind of winning out over the typical B cover preference. Not in this case, however. boom, look at this cover. Issue 29 of The Flash. Sweet cover. Unfortunately, it was very difficult to find this. Some of the stores I went to, this B was already sold out. Had plenty of A's. In another store, they had a huge stack of B's, and I got all excited. All right, cool, I'm going to find a couple issues. No, they were all kinked up. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out for this one, because I really would like to find this one in awesome shape. Great cover. In fact, I'm not even sure. I'll be honest, I don't even know who did the cover. Is it going to tell me real quick? Does this even say? Hi-Fi? I don't even know what to say, but hey, we're going to look into that. Speaking of covers that I bought just for the heck of it, how many of you went and did this too? The Matina cover of Batman Shadow number 5 from Dynamite. I think that's the end of that though. Well, excuse me, from DC Dynamite. Not trying to short anybody here. Return of Anarchy. I'm always into that symbol, Anarchy. Still kind of trying to find a 608 detective for the Anarchy appearance. Of course, still keeping up with the Choneses. Frank Cho cover on Harley Quinn. Speaking of keeping up with the covers, I'm going to keep getting them, because these are getting harder and harder and harder to locate in back issue bins, and in general, even on Wednesdays. Walk in and they're all sold through. But the Jenny Friesen cover on Wonder Woman 28. I looked through an entire bin the other day, about 2.5 feet, like almost a whole long box length of old of Wonder Woman's from Rebirth. I pulled 3 Friesen covers out of the whole thing. They were all A. One thing real quick here. This was a pickup. It was kind of expensive, but it's issue 16 of Hellblazer. $8, but it's very clean, and it is one of the last, what is it, 7? No, I think I need like 17 issues left of Hellblazer for the full 300 issue run of the volume 1. There you go. And finally, alright, so I've been hearing a lot of people talking about Valiant, Bloodshot, XO. A lot of people have been on the title of Divinity. It's almost on 3rd or 4th volume now. Anyway, I broke down and I picked this book up. It was the issue 0 of what they were just calling Divinity. I hadn't planned to, but man, this thing, as far as comics go, man, as far as books and what we probably buy books for, I mean, this book was ill. I mean, it just, the artwork, and this issue 0 in particular, it really just serves as a good foundation for what's to come. It's weaving together all of the various characters in the Valiant universe. There's XO, and just the artwork was stunning, and I don't know, I was totally into it. I mean, look at that. And of course, the last page, not going to spoil it, but anyhow, I had to point that out, that I really thought that Divinity and what they're doing at Valiant is awesome. That being said, I can't do it. Everyone says, oh man, you got to be reading at least one Valiant title or one thing. It's all connected. and it's a good connected, and I'm totally into that continuity and stories building on itself. But I'm gonna say right here, right now, man, I can't do Valiant. I can't get involved in it. I think the only thing I've read by them would be no, I'm not gonna blank. It's Britannia. That's it. So sorry for all you Valiant heads or people that want to spread the word Valiant, but I loved it. It's the strangest thing. It's like when you find something you like to eat, you're like, God, that's the best thing I've ever had. I'm never gonna eat that again, man. Because I have a feeling if I got into it, that's all I'd get. I'd just be totally down with it, and I just can't do it. Anyway, moving on. Crazed. Independent books. Heathen. Booyah. This is a great series. I love the stuff inside. The interiors. Woo! Altarisi and Natasha Altarisi, the artist. I actually inquired. I wrote this person because of this actually. She had a couple covers that were just phenomenal, and this is actually a second print, which I rarely buy, but this cover warranted it. Anyway, I inquired with the artist if she had any available artwork for sale, because I really wanted to buy some artwork, and strangely, she said, "Oh, it's all done on computer. There's no actual physical art." So that was also kind of a weird quandary to me. But anyway, moving on. As a lot of people have said, Sisters of Sorrow from Boom Studios. There's the A cover, Nuns with Guns. I mean, there you go. And as cool as that may be, not as cool as this cover, which is the variant or the whatever. I managed to find the variant on issue 1 and on this issue. This was the last copy in a stack of about 6 of the A cover, but really glad to have found it because it's just awesome. Crazy awesome book here. Again, Black Hammer. A little bit different look on this cover, but the interiors are still the same. Jeff Lemire. Beautifully, wonderfully crazy story of some stranded superheroes in different bodies in a different time, location. It's ridiculously awesome. Similar here, another stylized, unbelievable book, Department H. Forgot what number. What are we talking about here? 17? I don't know. It's been going on for a while. One that's not been going on for a while, but it's getting some really cool buzz, is Generation Gone. Looked into this the other day, and it was really a lot to like. I mean, it just seems like a really current story, much like the book last week from Lions Forge, that Ghost Money. That was pretty cool. Another one I'm keeping up on just because it's an indulgence. Rock Stars. This is number 6. That was a cool series. Just because I don't know what's going on with me lately, but I'm just reading this because it's wacky. Shirtless 3. Took a chance on The Hard Place. Haven't read it yet, but Brian Stilfree's cover was really awesome with that sweet car sliding off the page. There is a black and white or sketch cover, I guess you could call it, of this issue 1 that I never saw, but I would have bought that if I did. Speaking of the buying of covers, it's Normandy Gold by Hardcase out of Titan Comics. I usually try to see or pick the cover. They usually have about 2 or 3 covers. Look at that. It's Redford. It's gotta be. These old noirish titles, man, have just been really cool. And I'm sure some of the some of the cover guys and whatnot could totally get into some of the women and and everything. I don't know, it's like an old episode of Bionic Woman or something. I don't know. But I've been definitely picking up all that. Speaking of picking ups, this doesn't come out very often, but like I mentioned before about Warren Ellis, I do tend to get most of the stuff he does. Not always at the time it comes out, but I certainly backtrack and get it. This Shipwreck comes out so infrequently, I feel like I can, you know, keep up with it. Really good format, really interesting the way it's laid out. Obviously Ellis' story is compelling, so cool with that. I bought the first however many issues of Rick and Morty, and I'm sad that I stopped. But with this issue, I think I'm picking it back up again, because I watched some of that series, and holy smokes, that series is baked. That is some twisted stuff, and I like it. Keeping up with this, Heartthrobs 3 from Onai Press. Just another kind of typical story that I'm down with. Also, similar, this, Dying in the Dead, Jonathan Hickman. I'm glad this series started up again, because inside this is phenomenal. That dude just got shot in the head. Whew. Anyway, the interiors in this are spectacularly good, and the story is ripping your head off. So, there you go. Dying in the Dead. More people dying. And Redneck. I don't think I have to tell many people about the old redneck phenomenon. Donnie Cates. And come on back real soon. Speaking of, God, is this the end of this series? Plastic? Holy smokes. There's a twisted story. Once again, love it. Renato Jones, Freelancers. I'm sad that I haven't kept or been up on this. Really wanted to read it. Primarily since, you know, they're talking about sticking it to the man, but this series may have ended. Okay. Moving on. Another series that I'm just really stoked about wanting to pick up and read is Unholy Grail. It's the Francavilla cover, and I guess this tells some sort of the real take or the real deal story of King Arthur. So, totally stoked about that. I don't know, kind of ending on a once again another personal preference-y thing, but I kind of picked up a run of this Infinite 7, 4, 5, and 6. I managed to have the 1, 2, and 3, so figured I'd keep going. It was a story of the issue 1 is this kid ends up killing one of the elite assassins in just like a freak kind of a way, but what he doesn't know is that he is now a part of that society, because the only way to get in is to kill one of the assassins, and he did. So it's just a wacky read about fish out of water. This kid, he's in with these assassins. So once again, as you can see, it's like the weekly haul stuff, really interesting, but it's mostly the stuff I like to read and filling in some back issues. I certainly can't call it any kind of speculation stuff, but there's a lot cool going on in comics right now, and I certainly can't afford it all. So anyhow, peace out from like 2 in the morning. Just wanted to get this out there and keep plowing forward. Anyway, thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good day. I am out of here.